Salutations, dear friends. Welcome you all. Thank you. It's a great joy for me to feel your presence around in front and gratitudes to you that you have provided me a chance to study Bhagavad Gita and discuss with you. I really appreciate and congratulate you all that you are able to take out time for listening Gita, understanding, knowing its glory and utility. But please remember, it's only a beginning. You have to start using a Gita Jnanam to be truly blessed by it for your own progress and benefit. And it will happen definitely. And remember, this life of learning great things, getting convinced, practicing, becoming habitual, getting benefit out of it, it's an evolution. Evolution doesn't happen just like that. Like cutting the tree is a revolution. You just cut it, it will fall. But growing of the tree is an evolution. You cannot make the tree grow as easily as you cut it. It's a huge process. That's how that seed takes the waters, bulges out. Then from within, the life starts germinating in the form of this sprout. Then when it is getting that strength little by little, then only it pierces through the earth and comes out, then slowly protecting itself from the winds and weathers around, it will have to grow. It's not an easy thing for that small seed to become such a gigantic tree. Every moment there is a danger for it. Every moment there is an effort involved. It goes on doing, that's how it evolves. So too, human being physically evolution has achieved. Physically eat the food अपने आप वो grow होएगा. Okay, but the mind to grow, intellect to grow in knowledge, in convictions, in ideas, in positive attitudes, emotions, it's a huge evolutionary process. So it takes time, so you have to give time. It needs efforts, you have to put efforts. It expects patience from you, have patience. And the most important is consistency, regularity, sincerity. If one day you come, another day you don't come, one thing you listen, other you don't listen, then that erratic way of our application in any field is not a healthy sign of a matured person. You being matured, be regular, be sincere, be consistent, keep on learning and slowly, steadily evolve. A beginning has happened. And always remember, it's my request that if not the Gurus and Bhagavan has chosen you, do you think you will come and sit in the class? At this time, how much of the youth are there in the world? Out of 800 crores of population, at least 450 are there, crores. Out of 450, how many are seated in the class? It's only chosen few are given this great opportunity to study Gita. So feel that you are in that special, blessed group of people by the Lord, that He not only wants you personally to grow for your own evolution and achievements and joy. Who knows, Bhagavan wants to give double, triple joy by making you fit, a useful person for the world, for the society, totality, maybe an instrument in His hands. Why not open? मैं तो ओपन हूँ बाबा. हे भगवान, सारी शक्तियाँ देकर आप मुझे यूज करना चाहते हो, आप अपने काम के लिए करो. I want only devotion at your feet, then freedom from all nonsense outer and discover my inner self. I am happy with that. Do use. He says, okay, you talk Gita to some children. He is doing it, so मैं कहा, ठीक है. So feel that feeling and then maintain that dignity. You are the students of Gita, never compromising with the classes. Keep on listening, write your notes, and imagine that after 10 years, not only Gita, many other texts we are going to teach you. Through learning all of them, you are growing to be such a totally mature person. Such a great joy it would be. All is in your understanding. As understanding grows, and that too authentic understanding from Gita and Krishna, the joy it is manifold. It is. The whole problem in the world is the less understanding, misunderstanding, half understanding, no understanding. We are getting the understanding of what for the life to be lived, how the goals have to be set, how we have to work towards those goals, how we have to prepare ourselves, What are the good positive energetic qualities? What are the other qualities which trouble us? How to eliminate them? इतना बढ़िया हम बातें सीख रहे हैं. Please be more regular, sincere, and all the earlier talks 123 or 4 सारे सुन लो एक बार जरूर. Thank you. Today also we'll have three topics. Shloka learning, we'll teach Surya Bhagavan Shloka today. Then we have common sense thought, then Geetha. In Geetha today, most important Shloka but simple. The theme is what? Keep an altar, an idol. To that, dedicated to that ideal or altar, all your activities you do and offer. As a result, your forces, pressures of ego, of desires, of wanting to achieve, wanting to fulfill, all these pressures will go away. Your heart will be pure, peaceful, happy. Our program is what now in Gita chapter 5? PPH. PPH or PPJ. Pure heart, peaceful heart, joyful heart. PPH अच्छा है. Pure, peaceful and happy life you have to live. Not that you lose all peace, happiness, purity for the sake of worldly objects or beings. If that is the case, you are not still mature to listen to Gita. गीता पढ़ने वाला अंदर के शांति सुख खुशी को ढूंढेगा, not the struggles of the world outside where you get every moment kicked by the world. Understood now? अंदर का खोजो आप. And to be happy, we don't need anything. Already we understood it by now. It's only notion, imagination, ignorance that the people, objects, conditions are required for me to be happy. Such person is called samsari. Such person is the one who, depending on them, keeps on suffering because nothing is convenient to him. But the one who is finding happiness inside him by these adjustments, as told by Geetha Mata, he will always be happy. Like I'm happy. I'm not happy depending on you or anything. I'm happy because I'm doing his work. I'm peaceful in my mind. I'm pure in my heart. My intention is pure. I'm peaceful. I'm happy. Because this work I'm doing, altering as an altar, I found him, I'm offering it to him. Whether you appreciate or not, whether you give me money or not, मेरे को thought भी नहीं आता हो. I'm not a samsari now in this regard. Like that. Whether one is in sannyasi dress or worldly dress, anybody who is miserable is called samsari. And for everyone to come out the misery or samsara, you'll have to have knowledge. This is the knowledge of how to live life. It is so simple. We only make it complicated. ठीक है. Let's see. ब्रह्मणि आदाय कर्माणि संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यतेन स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिव अम्बसा. This is a beautiful shloka, a wonderful example also given. And from that example, lot of things also we can learn. Wonderful quotations are there based on this example in many, many subhashitas and many, many wise people. One or two we will see. Let's see. Let's start. Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. These are the everyday shlokas. Today being Sunday, we learn Bhagavan Surya. Every day, there's no problem. सूर्य भगवान का श्लोक टुडे थोड़ा लंबा है. Okay. The shloka I'll chant, word to word meaning I'll tell you. 11 times we'll do it. 97 you add, make it 108. Keep it target of 1080. Achieve it in its own time, in your own time. And be blessed by Lord Surya. Okay. So, Dhyeyaha Sada Savitrumandala Madhyavarthi Narayanaha Sarasijasanaha Sannivishtaha Keyuravan Makara Kundalavan Kiriti Hari Hiranmayavapoh Dhruta Shankha Chakraha. So ऐसे भगवान सूर्य का में ध्यान करके we should ask him to bless us with health and intelligence. Okay, Dhyeyaha means worthy of meditation. Therefore, meditate on Sada always. Savitru Mandala Madhyavarti, the one who is in the center of the Surya Mandala. Surya only. सूर्य के चारों तरफ सूर्य मंडल, चंद्र के चारों तरफ चंद्र मंडल, ग्रह मंडल, नक्षत्र मंडल, थारा मंडल, भूमंडल, then Shinshumara mandala. Like that, all the mandalas are there. zones. So Savitru Mandala Madhyavarti, the one who is there in the center of the Surya Mandala. So Deya, Deya Sada, Savitru Mandala Madhyavarti, Narayana. Bhagavan Narayana only is in the Surya form. Therefore Surya Narayana we call him. Sarasija Asanaha, mated that is seated in the lotus. Some Nivishtaha, very well poised to bless us after receiving our prayers. Narayana Sarasija Asana Sanishtaha Keyuravan. Bhagavan has got wonderful Keyura. Keyura are these Bhuja Kirtis. The ornaments. Makara Kundalavan. He has got Kundala in the form of Makara, crocodile Akara Kundala. Kiriti has got the crown Kirita. So Keyuravan, Makara Kundalavan, Kiriti, Hari, he has got Hara in the Gala. Hari Hiranmaya Vapuhu, bright, brilliant, blazing like the gold. Dhruta Shankha Chakraha, holding Shankha in one hand, Chakra in other hand. To that Surya we do pranam and ask him, O Lord, give us physical health, mental health, intellectual knowledge. May our life be beautiful with our success in our goals and the real goal of spirituality also we succeed in. May we serve the world. Our presence should be helping the world. May you also make use of me for the service of the world. In this way we can pray. So 11 times. Very beautiful mantra. Told you the meaning, not at all difficult. Om Sri Suryanarayana Parabrahmana Anugrah Dwara Paramatma Anubhava Bhagavad Darshana Praptyartam Samasta Karyakrameshu Nirvigna Vijay Praptyartam Sanatana Dhanamasa Vedic Samskute Vishwa Vyaptyartam Cha Samasta Vidyarthinam Ayur Arogya Kshema Stairya Dhairya Virya Vijay Abhaya विद्या सद्गुण सत्शक्ति प्राप्ति द्वारा सर्व दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री सूर्यनारायण परमात्मनः मंत्रस्य जपं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम श्री सूर्यनारायण परब्रह्मणे नमः. ओम ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनः सन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर् धृतशङ्खचक्रः ॐ श्री सूर्यनारायण परब्रह्मणे नमः मां रक्ष रक्ष प्राहि पाहि त्राहि त्राहि आरोग्यं देहि विद्यां देहि विजयं देहि शान्तिं देहि आनन्दं देहि मम रक्षां कुरु कुरु सदा सर्वदा सर्वथा ॐ थैंक यू सो वंडरफुल श्लोक इट वाज आई थिंक यू आर लर्निंग इट 120 श्लोक सिखाए आपको हमने तो अब बोलो मत कि कोई है ही नहीं हमको बताने वाले सुनाने वाले सिखाने यही we are there. We love you so much. Now, the common sense thought. Very simple today. You want to be rejected by the world or accepted by the world? Why? How can I be rejected? I want to be accepted. Do you want to be accepted by the world as you are? Huh. Yes. And are you the same all the time? What same? I am same. Or I am changing every day. Do you want the world to accept you changing? Yeah. Same we have to do with the world. This is called common sense for the day. What is the reason for which we get disturbed with the world of people is, especially people is, we don't accept them as they are. Straight away we reject only. You understood? Please remember throughout our life, whether you are in school or college or job or traveling, कौन हमारे तरफ चारों तरफ बंदा आएगा हमको नहीं पता. If you are fixed in your thoughts कि ऐसे ही बंदा होना चाहिए, no other enemy is required for you, you can suffer. Enough. Never fix the mind in that way, but fix it in another way, in the way of being prepared that anybody is there, I am going to accept them. First, accept. Thereafter, through mutual discussion, negotiation, any changes have to be brought for the betterment of being together, you can do it. And if you don't accept or can't accept, you can never be peaceful. And by not accepting, you are not going to be happy and you are not going to change that person. They'll be like that only. You have to accept. You have to accept your parents. You can't change them. Anybody may change, but you can't change. I want to have other parents. Bhagwan, make me other parents. Give me set of. I gave you human parents. Such a great. You did not use them. You are such a gada Beokuf. You want to change parents only. So okay, I'll making you a donkey, and you'll have donkey and donkey as your parents. Go. Funny fellows. You don't want to accept everyone, and everybody wants should accept me, and I don't want to accept them. And who is at loss if you don't accept? You suffer. Learn the art of accepting common sense. The place where you are, where your house is there, who are your neighbors. You have to accept. Then half of problem is gone. Remaining half, see, negotiate what you can do. In fact, fully if you accept, you don't need to change anything. Everything is fine. A guru, a rishi lives like that. He accepts the world as it is. He never even tries to change also for his convenience. If at all to be changed, he will change himself, not the world. Therefore, he has learned the art of how to be happy, peaceful in the world. We don't want to accept the people only. Is it not? And who is going to come in our life? Be prepared. कोई वो हम accept करेंगे as a wife or husband or children or the servants or the boss or subordinate. पहले accept करो. उसके बाद फिर देखते हैं कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट जरूरत है तो एंड 99.9% improvement is required in us only, not in the world around. Then listening to all these talks every day, I'm sure you must be feeling, Swami, you are such a funny, always you change us only to change. Why don't you change the world? कोशिश कर करके ही बाबा जी बन गया मैं. It is never possible. Why the God never comes to the world? Because he says, I can't change these fellows. I'll be happy in my Kshira Sagaram or in Vaikuntham. He doesn't want to take risk. Anytime when we request him, then he'll come and do the work and goes away. And if we want to change, then he help us. He helps us. This is the idea. The first point is what? Accept. With love. As they are. The animals, plants, everything. Accept. This is called common sense. Prepare to accept, avoid all your problems. Don't accept, you reject. How many you can reject? You can't be seeing the things convenient to you. Things cannot be convenient to you. You have to make yourself convenient. Like it will not be convenient for you to come to class. You have to make yourself convenient by adjusting your times and come to class. For me also it's not convenient, but I am making it. Already the fourth class from morning, 1.5 ₹4.5 बोला मैं अभी 12 भी नहीं बजा, मेरा 12 बज गया. Now again evening I'll have 2 3 classes. It's not convenient. Is it convenient to talk Gita to the children youth? No, how tough it is to catch you and make you listen. But I'll make it. But how do I make it? First, I accept. So please accept anybody in life. Don't fight with them, especially your close relations. Parents, children, siblings, wife or husband, bandhu. वो ऐसे ही बस पहले accept करो. Then you change yourself from within. 95% is sorted out. 5%, please have patience. Okay. The ones who came to save or change the world were shaved and frustrated and they went away. Please remember, world is a rough stone and we are like a knife. We have to rub against the stone, not to sharpen the stone, but to sharpen ourselves. I told you, like the world is like a mirror. Looking at the mirror, you don't change the mirror, you change yourself. These attitudes, if you don't have common senses, na, all the time with non-acceptance, we suffer only. कोई भी बैठ गया बस में ट्रेन में रोने लगते हैं हम ऐसा क्यों बंदा एनी विल कम यू विल सफर बट विल डिसाइड जो भी है आई एक्सेप्ट कोई पतला आया मोटा आया पान खा रहा होगा सो व्हाट यू जस्ट शिफ्ट योर अटेंशन देयर otherwise in the mind you will suffer so much and is it only to suffer in the mind we are born as human don't you have to use your mind intellect for your own higher goals and achievements so please prepare to to accept. Second important thing is more important than the first one. It needs more time for me to explain. But I'll not take, I'll hint at it, you just accept. You understand. What is it is? As you accepted people, as I asked the question of yourself also in the beginning, accept the changes also in the people. People themselves change means ye jayega wo aayega or the one who is there, in him the changes will come. Every day, everybody is adding to his own knowledge with his experiences. Every moment, in fact. Therefore, what I was even 10 minutes back cannot be the same now because some changes happened in my attitudes, understandings, etc. वो कल का आज का तो फर्क है ही एक महीने पहले आओ इस महीने आर यू नॉट चेंजिंग everybody changes their priorities change they were accept don't fight with your wife you loved me before marriage so much now ऐसे बार 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 गलतियां थोड़ी होते हैं अबे ठीक हो गए हुए sometimes they want to but they can't अवलिया देख अपना कैसे प्यार करूं मैं she says and they change they get when the wife when you get children her attention is toward the children that is natural in every of the creation. That is, the tiger becomes so angry with the tigress and pounces on that because when the cubs come, the tigress attends to the tiger, and the tiger against the cubs, tiger is angry. Lion also, it's like that. उनको दिमाग नहीं हमको होना चाहिए ना accept. When your children also grow, when they get married and they are attached to the wife, you have to accept the change. If you don't accept now, then you will suffer so much in life. And never think that you are most important person that everybody should value you. Even if you are important, to value you, it is their greatness that they came down a step and accepted us. So feel fulfilled if at all they. If not, just leave it. अपना काम धंधा करते जाओ बस जिंदगी में. That's the only way to be peaceful and happy. So common sense thought is accept the changes in people. And remember, nobody will love you permanently. And the same way, same quantity, they will all change. Like you also are changing. It's like that only. If you insist it, it won't happen. The friends, the way they were expressing the love to you, they can't as they are growing, unke body bhi tak jata hai. You will have also other friends in his life. New jobs will come to him. Priorities will change. So how can they be same? Especially with the people I am saying, because we suffer because of people more and more. in our life. Right from young on age only, you be prepared in these two things. Prepare to accept the changes also. Remain peaceful and happy. Okay. Thank you. Both the things today, Bhagavan Surya's mantra, common sense thought are very important. Help yourself. We love you. We just want you to be with full bubbling enthusiasm, work and succeed and contribute to the world. This small little petty paltry things should not weaken you, dampen your progress. That is why we are sharing every day one common sense thought. Thank you. Now come to Bhagavad Gita. For sadhakas and for us, this shloka is so important. The theme of the shloka is this much. Keep an altar an ideal. Dedicating to the altar ideal, do all the activities and offer. As a result, what happens? The strong ego in me, the strong selfishness in me, because of which I continuously suffer, that gets diluted. That gets less tender, then the suffering gets lessened in the life. And when we dedicate an altar, our responsibilities grow, our duty orientation grows, our perfection and performance goes because we are questionable, we are answerable. Is it not beautiful? And that altar is when the Lord Himself, when we start doing actions, offering to Him and do them in a best manner, He will be so happy. Already the Lord has so much love for us, therefore He has given us all these things. So when He sees that we are really offering everything to Him, वो तो नाचने लगेंगे हमारे लिए. He will bless us with double and double things. Okay? So, here when you dedicate actions to some altar and do, that action and its result and the doer will not taint your antakarana. That tainting is called papa here. The papa for spiritual seekers are, as I told you, vasanas, impressions, samskara, which will push them to do the same nonsense again and again. Therefore, साधकों के लिए वो freedom होगा. For you and I, the papa means what? लिप्यते न स पापेन, the frustrations, the disappointments, they are not there. When the mother does everything for the children, she's not frustrated. When she does it for only her selfishness, then there is dukkha more. Selfish fellow suffers more. Egoistic fellow suffers more. Selfless and egoless fellow suffering is less. They will learn the art of being selfless and egoless. How? Finding an altar, dedicating to it. See the altar of nation, the altar of dharma, altar of guru, altar of God, altar of parents, altar of values. Towards that, when you gear up and work for them and free our hearts from the heavy load of ego and selfishness, you can be every moment happy for no reason. Otherwise, you are miserable for every reason. Always, mera, mera. That bakri, meh, it goes on saying. That's why uska bali chadta hai. Your bakri is given bali. मैं बोलता रहता हूँ. मैं means mama, मेरा, मैं, aham. You should ask for anandam, happiness, not for ego. And don't define the happiness as only when my ego is satisfied, I am happy. This is what ignorance. This is what the notion that we have to come out. That's what is taught to us through variety of dana and charity. When you give in dana, others are happy. In others' happiness, you have found happiness. Therefore, happiness is not necessarily in your own eating the thing. When you share with others, there also is happiness. Got the point? Why all the family bond for human beings? They do for others the seva and then they enjoy it. मैं कष्ट उठा रहा हूं आपके सेवा के लिए, उसमें मुझे आनंद है. कष्ट में तो दुख होता है एक्चुअली, बट कष्ट दूसरों के लिए कर रहे हैं, उसमें आनंद पता करना मतलब क्या है? सेल्फिशनेस में ही आनंद नहीं है. देयर इज हैप्पीनेस आल्सो इन सेल्फलेसनेस. ईगो में ही आनंद नहीं है. देयर इज हैप्पीनेस इन हम्बलनेस आल्सो. Discover happiness in being humble, egoless, in serving, not selfish. For that, learn the art of finding an altar, dedicating to it. It is your choice. I gave you a list of the altars. For me, I have all the altars. Guru is my altar. For his sake, I do my Shastra Shravanam. Entire Rishi Parampara is my altar. For their sake, I am doing. My own Lord is my altar. My spiritual goal is my altar. Keeping them in the mind, I'll keep on doing my studies, Svadhyaya and all. And keep on offering it to them. Heart in heart, I know that. And they're happy with it. Not with the way, the beauty of the doing, but at least trying to do and offering it. Like the mother is happy when the child does something. She is not happy because of the thing done. Because that fellow, anything he does is stupid only. But the joy, but the readiness to do and readiness to offer, that is the mother happy with. लेकिन भगवान भी क्या ना हम कैसे कर रहे हैं उससे खुश नहीं होते कर रहे हैं कि नहीं मुझे दे रहे हैं कि नहीं देन ही विल गिव अस perfectional ideas with that ideas when we become perfect and offer the perfect actions the beauty will be different. So let us chant the shloka, see the meaning in short. Already I explained to you word by word meaning. Then wonderful. This shloka, next shloka, they go together, but एक ही देखेंगे आज. Right? Shri Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Geetha Sharanam Mama Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama शरणं मम शरणं मम. ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः कर्मसन्न्यासयोगः. श्री भगवानुवाच दशम श्लोकः. So the words are ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रम इव अंबसा. Okay, so 1 plus 3 4 times, then 2 times. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Shri Bhagavanuvacha Brahmanyadhaya karmani Brahmanyadhaya karmani Brahmanyadhaya karmani Brahmanyadhaya karmani Sangam tyaktva karoti yaha संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन लिप्यते न स पापेन लिप्यते न स पापेन लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा 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 पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा. 2 times together. श्रीभगवानुवाच ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा. Again, श्रीभगवानुवाच ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा. First I will tell meaning for us, then for spiritual people, again for us. So it becomes very simple. For us, the word to word meaning first. First is Brahmani, means to the Brahman or Bhagwan. Adhaya means Samarpya, offering to him. What is the meaning of offering? For his sake I am doing. That attitude. Brahmani Adhaya, Brahma ke liye. Karmani, actions. Sangam Tyaktva, giving up attachment to the phala. Karoti Yaha, whoever he does. Such person, Lipyate na sa papena. Papena saha na lipyate. Saha means he. Na lipyate is not tainted by, stained by papa, the sin. What is the example? Padma patram iva ambhasa. Like the lotus petal or leaf in the waters. See the beauty of the example? The lotus is in the water, came from the water, stays in the water. Rain it may come. Some water may be sprinkled on the petal of the lotus or even the leaf of the lotus. But does that water touch the petal? Does the petal or the leaf touch the water? No. ऐसे घुमा झुका दो गिर ही जाता है वो. टच ही नहीं करता हो. That is called न लिप्यते. लेपनम नहीं होता. टेंट नहीं होता. But the same water falls on a cloth, cloth absorbs. If it is a cotton cloth, example, is it not? Na lipyate. It will never taint. Like how many times we listen to our class, both sir, कुछ भी हमको लगता ही नहीं. That is the meaning of na lipyate. मजाक के लिए मैंने एग्जाम्पल दिया. सो वी लिसन सत्संग बट कुछ भी भेज में जाता ही नहीं, सब बाहर ही जाता. इन द समय न लिप्यते पापेन न लिप्यते पद्मपत्रमिव अंबसा. ब्यूटिफुल. Now, for us the meaning. Brahmani adhaya means dedicating to Brahman. And for us the Brahman is, as I told you, any altar. Some altar whom you respect, whom you love, whom you revere. And dedicating to that altar, when we do the works, as I told you, all the perfections in performances come. Same time, all the negativities from inside go away. When these two happens, when the negativities go away, perfections in performance goes on, are we not becoming qualified for higher and greater promotions and opportunities? Think about it. In short, what I tell you is don't work only for your own filling the belly selfishness. To the altar you dedicate. And in today's world, all the altars are cut. Everybody is keeping their own self ego only as an altar, dedicating to that only they are doing. Therefore, they are not able to maintain good relations with anyone and everyone. Suffering, suffering, suffering so much, which is not at all wisdom, which is not at all common sense. It is never ever Sanatana Dharma. Understood now? No, choose your own altars. Like how the women of the house, she works. What is that altar? The family. So the husband, the in-laws, children. So for her, their sake, सुबह 4 बजे उठ के she works like a horse, running, making breakfast, lunch, and all that. So for her, the Brahma is her own house. Family. Such a beautiful thing, you know. If it doesn't have that altar of family, only अपने लिए खाना बना के खा के सो रही है मानो, then she's not a mother of the house. She's a very cartoon. She's really a mummy from Egypt only. She cannot be the mother. मम्मी मम्मी पापा ये मम्मी को तू इजिप्ट कब गए पापा. द चाइल्ड इज आस्किंग फादर, मैं क्यों गया रे. वही तो कह रही तुम गए होंगे, आप जरूर. नहीं गया बेटा. फिर ये मम्मी कहाँ से लाए, मेरी बात नहीं सुनती. The children say she's really mummy if she's not having the altar of family. And today's world, that is going away. For the wife, the husband should be the altar. For the husband, the wife. For both of them, the children. For the children, the parents. For each of them, total family. Dedicating to them when they perform their duties. How synergistic will be that family, is it not? Example. In the same way, wherever you are, in fact, in my understanding, altars are already there. You only have to discover it. Like when you are employed in an office and its growth is your altar. Dedicating to that you work. The best out of you comes out at that time. Best of abilities, best of attitudes. And the performance also so wonderful it would be. It will be spectacular. It is so wonderful the results will be. So have the altar dedication. Towards that, dedicating to that, you do it. So Brahmanyadhaya Karmani. Think about what altars you can have. Like a doctor. Let him dedicate to the altar of the medical profession itself. Dedicate to the altar of the health of the humanity itself, peace of the humanity, happiness of them. Let that be the altar. Then every day he'll come on time, take care of all the 200 patients, and he's real Bhagavan only there. The one dedicating to the altar of the health of the people if he is working as a doctor. Great. All politicians, the nation is the altar. Let us work together for the nation's development, protection, growth. How wonderful would be each politician is such a powerful genius. But cancelling each other's abilities, powers because they don't have the common altar or they don't have the proper altar, they have their selfishness as an altar. स्वार्थ कभी भी हमारे लिए एक प्रतिमा नहीं होना चाहिए. So the God can be the altar, dedicating to the God. Your dharma sanatana can be altar. I am doing it for sanatana dharma. Sanatana dharma is my altar for whose sake I study my shastras and talk on it. In this life of mine, this is what. कितने भी जन्म मिले मैं यही करूंगा क्योंकि इसका आनंद है और इसका फल मुझे पता है. That the people are given an idea of our scriptures. With that, all the way of the life to be lived from the external success and happiness to the spiritual unfoldment. I have no doubt at all. Therefore, I dedicate myself to the altar. So the dharma is altar, scriptures are altars, God is altar. I'm telling for myself. You keep your own company where you are working, the boss, your own family. You can go even to the extent of society or the nation or the humanity, at the altar of humanity. Do your job. So here Brahmani means Paramatma Ishvara. Adhaya. Adhaya means what? Offering it to means for his sake I am doing, not for my selfish sake. I explained you two sentences. Brahmani Adhaya, Karmani. Sangam Tyaktva is what? When you have done doing for that sake, you should not have Sangha for the phala. करने में ही आपको देखो दैट थ्री थिंग्स, एक तो करना, सेकंड फल होना, थर्ड अपना जीवन का निर्वाह होना. करना जीवन का निर्वाह होना, इन दिस टू ओनली आवर दृष्टि शुड बी नॉट ऑन द फल फॉर आवर covetousness, because that itself becomes cause of dukkha. Karma is never problem, karma phala is never problem. I want karma phala is the whole problem. Let the karma phala be shared with others. That's the secret. That is what we are taking time and again. It's the mind which is a devil which conditions that only when you consume the phala, then you'll be happy. It is wrong. That is what is making us dukhi. Like I must smoke. That wrong conviction of the mind is making me smoke, then it is destroying my health. But I have to recognize that by myself, no? Then throw away that bad habit. We should think everything what we are doing, is it right or not, and is it in right attitude or not. Karma phala asakti is the cause of bondage, please my dear friends, wherever you are. So sangam tyaktva, I explained to you. Karoti yaha, whoever is doing his duties. What is to be done, all that already explained. Every time I need not remind to you, you are intelligent. So Brahmani, to some altar, Adaya, offering, Sangam Tyaktva, not attached to the fellow, Karoti Yaha, the one fulfills all his professional duties, domestic duties, all the duties. He lipyate nasa papena. He will not be lepita, touched by the papa. Means what? Because you don't have selfishness, therefore my selfishness is not fulfilled. That type of disappointment is not there. And because you are offering it to the Lord or some altar, and to offer to the altar, you are doing it with perfection. Therefore, I couldn't perfectly perform. That type of regret and guilt also will not be there. That is the meaning of papena na lipyate. On the other hand, when you do something for yourself, that too imperfectly, that is always giving misery only. That misery is lepa for you. That peacelessness is lepa. Papa lepa, sorry. Nata papena lipyate. The papa is this only. The misery is papa. Why should we be miserable? We are miserable not because of anybody outside. It is our own wrong understanding inside. Bhagavad Gita never helps you in the world outside. Gita helps you in change, in bringing the changes in your own inner attitudes and understandings. That's why it's called Adhyatmika. Focus on yourself and change yourself. You change, the world will change for you. You turn, the world will turn for you. World should not turn for you. You have to turn. Then the whole world is according to you. World will be convenient to you, conducive to you. Always the world is convenient and conducive. We only with our wrong attitudes have misbehaved with the world, then getting the kicks. Gita makes us set right in our attitudes and behavior. Then the world will be a blessing to us. Keep that in mind. So Brahmani Adhaya, offering to or dedicating to a big altar. For this altar I am doing. Karmani, actions. Sangam Dhyaktva, without attachment. Karoti Yaha, whoever he does. Na papena saha lipyate. He will not be tainted by the papa of regrets or guilts or disappointments or miseries. Example is Padmapatra Vivambasa. The lotus in the waters, not touched by the water. So too is the meaning for spiritual seekers. Same unke liye bhi. For them, the Brahmanya Adhaya means my goal is to reach the Parabrahma, the Satyam Jnanam Ananta Brahma, the substratum behind all the Stula Sukshma Karana Jagat. For achieving that sake, right away, straight away, I can't sit for meditation. I have so many inner forces. Those forces are making me work outside. Inevitable for me to work outside. But now I am not working for my own ego or selfishness. To purify my heart, I am working outside. Therefore, whom you daily offer the results, etc., to that Brahman only. So I have to reach to Brahman. That is my goal. But my tendencies are so extroverted now. Therefore, I am in this working field. But when I work in the field, if I do the work for my own selfishness, my tendencies will grow more and more. I will never be nearing to my goal called Brahman. Therefore, taking the Brahman as goal to reach him only, all the karma whichever I do, the phala of that I offer to Brahman only, not to anything else. So that my antakarana becomes purer and purer. In that purer antakaranam, whatever the knowledge given the Guru about the Brahman, it just flashes. What is the meaning of Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam? ये सारा हमारे को स्पष्ट रूप से समझ में आएगा. So then you dedicatedly offer, you are not having new vasanas created. That is called as lipyate na saha papena. This is for the spiritual seekers. As I told you the other day, as a human being, we have come with lot of tendencies. Therefore, without working, we cannot. But is that work adding more impressions or exhausting the existing ones and preparing one for spiritual sadhana? That is a question. So when we find an altar and dedicate to him, the force of action from within is getting exhausted. New things are not created because you are doing it for the sake of the Lord with all devotion, for the sake of your own goal. Therefore, the heart is getting purified day by day. After some time, you will see the pseudo ego and the shadow of the ego called as desire, they go away. When the mind is calm and quiet without ego and without selfishness, you can just sit and meditate anywhere under the tree. Now, why don't you go to this class, Satsangam? Why don't you listen to Vedanta? Because I have so many desires in me of the world to fulfill. Each desire, instead of fulfilling or happy, making me happy, adding to more desires, making me disappointed. ये सब नौटंकी चली जा रहा है. From how many lives it's going on? In this life also, right from beginning. So now discover Brahman by meditation. Before that, become purified. For purification, do all the activities which we are supposed to do, but offer it to the Lord whom you have taken as an altar. So the attitude is what? I am doing for him, I am doing for him, I am doing for him. So this lecture I am doing for the Gurudev who is my altar. Then when I do it, my heart, which was supposed to, which is having the pressure of doing satsanga, is doing satsanga, but I am not expecting any result. Therefore, these pressures will go away. These inner compulsions will go away. Then one day, through this altar offering to the altar, I become so calm and quiet. I myself become introverted and meditative. In that meditation, I discover what I have to discover the self. This is how, for the spiritual seekers, straight away don't give up everything and go for meditation. It will be only meditation. First, live life for some years in Karma Yoga spirit, where you keep an altar of the Lord and offer it to Him. Mind you, up to this fifth chapter, Lord was not brought into picture much. We only were told to do Karma Yoga, Yajna, Yajna Bhavana. Here and there it was brought, but not so much. Slowly now we are introduced. Because after 7th chapter, it is a Bhakti Shatkam. So here Brahma means Ishvara or Paramatma or God for the spiritual seeker. Therefore, I am doing it for my Rama, my Krishna, my Mata, my Ganapati Bhagwan. तो उनके लिए मैं नौकरी कर रहा हूँ, उनके लिए मैं फैमिली को भी मैनेज कर रहा हूँ, उनके लिए मैं सारे सेवाएं कर रहा हूँ, उनके लिए करते जा रहे हैं. तो करना तो हो रहा है because those pressures were there. Therefore, the pressures are getting exhausted. उनके लिए कर रहे हैं, not for me. Therefore, the vasanas or the impressions are not farming. Then my mind is becoming calm and quiet. When the mind is calm and quiet, the Lord only comes as Guru and teaches Brahmopadesham. Listening to Brahmajnanam, you meditate, you know the truth. Spiritual seekers के लिए ये है. लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रम इव अम्बस. Now the example so beautiful, लोटस वाला. बहुत लोग बहुत सारे चीजें कहते हैं. In all quotations and all, only 1 minute I'll take because you are wise enough to understand all these things even without my telling. The only thing is, where you are born is not important. How you made yourself is important. The lotus teaches us. It is born in the daldal or kichad. But then, what it came out as? A beautiful, colorful, fragrant, soft flower with the beautiful petals. Is it not? So where you are born, though it has its influence, yet you have always the free will to execute. Free will means your own choice to work, so that you can bring from out of yourself such a blossomed flower. You can take the example of our own Prime Minister of India. He was in such a small family and all, but right from beginning, by joining all various patriotic organizations, spiritual organizations. He has made himself to be such a blossomed flower that he is able to guide the entire nation for success. Is it not true? Some shortcomings, as a human being, every will have something. But at least as an attitude or intention or work, is he not doing? Anybody, कोई भी आपको जो अच्छा लगे example हो ले लो. So where we are born, where are we placed is not important. So that lotus seed, though it is put in that kichad, yet out of that only it mounts itself to bring out such a lotus flower of fragrance, softness, and beautiful looks. So too, our life should be soft in the heart, fragrance in our performance, and the beauty in our entire life. That is what the lesson we have to learn. Second thing is the lesson of the example only. And in that, the lotus is never touched by the waters, petal or leaf. Same way, a highly matured person is he who lives in the world but never allows the world to enter in him. Inside him, he is always tuned to his own God, his own Lord, his own meditation. हम क्या करते हैं ना, लाइक द मैकेनिक्स, वो जो कार गाड़ी का हर जगह ग्रीस वीज लगता रहता है कपड़े में, एंड देन होल थिंग इज माइल मट्टी मिट्टी, ऑल दैट वी आवर लाइफ इज लाइक दैट. कहीं जाए हम अपना लेपन करते जाते, चिपकते जाते विथ एवरी एक्सपीरियंस, विथ एवरी स्टूपिड फेलो इन द वर्ल्ड. लिव लाइफ ए पद्मपत्रम, reserve your freedom always in such a manner that the chosen goal you are working for it. Don't get lepita or attached anywhere. Learn from the lotus. It is very essential. Otherwise, you go to college. What for studying? But other than studying, all nonsense you do of becoming friends with all equally useless fellows and waste time, energy, and attach to somebody in the mind, then waiting for that fellow looking like an ullu. अरे बेवकूफ, you came to a college to study and excel in life. अबे फंस गए, दस गए, मूर्ख. Learn from that. So too in the office. You are working in office to serve it, you get salary, promotion, enjoy. Why are you fighting with your colleagues and others, etc.? लेपित क्यों हो रहे हो हर चीज से? लिप्यते न सपापेन. नहीं, Lord Shiva, we do abhishekam. Why? Anything you do abhisheka, everything goes away. भगवान शिवा कुछ भी अपने साथ नहीं रखते. That is why he is able to meditate. आराम से बैठ. He takes poison, it doesn't touch him. He wears all the snakes, it doesn't touch him. He wears kapalamala, doesn't touch him. He puts the bhasma from the smashana. कुछ भी उनको टचने नहीं करते, नहीं करने देते. And one is most chanchala on the head, that is Ganga ji, and another like a stone, the Parvati ji in the gala, in her lap. Still he can sit. Stone means Parvataraja Putri Parvati. In that way I am saying she is a Jagan Mata. We have to pray to her, worship her. I'm just giving example. And Gangaji is also Devata, but she's so chanchala running. And yet how he is able to paint peaceful? He is not allowing anything to touch him. Like anything our parents tell, our elders tell, we don't allow them to touch us, So you know the art of it. Apply it in the other useful place of the world. So learn from the lotus all these things. This is byproduct and extra information. But the example is given in such a way that like the water never touches the taints the lotus, power, petal or leaf, in the same way, live life in such a manner that no new impurities are added, existing are going away. How? Dedicate to an altar. And when you dedicate to an altar, you have to do it with respectfully, reverentially, perfectly, everything. Therefore, Brahmani adhaya karmani sangam tektva karoti yaha lipyatena sapapena padmapatramiva ambasa. So you and I also live life like that. If you do it not for some altar, for your own selfishness, the tensions, worries, anxieties grow. Then the greed, etc., the negative also grow. Then you start attaching to those people who help you, raga. Then you fight with others who are thwarting your progress, then dvesha. इतने चीजें एक selfishness के कारण आते हैं. One ego and selfishness creates 100 negativities in you. With all of them, you suffer and you make others too. Why all that? When there is a better alternative is there, why not choose? Alternative is work for the altar. And what you need food to eat, that anyways you are getting. यू नीड द प्लेस टू स्टे. रोटी कपड़ा और मकान गधे भैंस को भी भगवान दे रहे हैं, आपको भी देंगे. डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा. This is the shloka today. Done? Sri Bhagavan Vacha Brahmanyadhaya Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Karoti Yah Lipyatena Sapapena Padmapatramivambasa. And today's shloka of Surya is Dhyaya Sada Savitrumandala Madhyavarti Narayana Sarasijasanaha Sannivishtaha Keyuravan Makarakundalavan Kiriti Hari Hiranmayavapur Dhruta Shankha Chakraha. Om Shri Surya Narayana Parabrahmane Namaha. Common sense thought is prepare to accept the changes. Be peaceful, happy with everything and being around. Thank you, love you, God bless you, my dears. May this Gita knowledge help all of us to make our lives beautiful. Taking leave, meet you tomorrow.